A man stole $242 million with a telephone and a fax machine. Emmanuel Nood had worked briefly in banking. That was enough. In the 1990s, he picked up the phone and told Nelson Sakaguchi exactly what he wanted to hear. Nood claimed to be the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. He had a deal, a massive contract to build a brand new international airport in Abuja. All Sakaguchi had to do was wire the funds to secure it. Sakaguchi was a senior director at Brazil's Banco Noroeste, a serious man at a serious institution. He wired the money anyway, over and over, for years. $242 million, gone. No vault was cracked, no alarm was tripped. Just letters, faxes, and a voice on the phone that sounded convincing enough. But here is the part that makes it devastating. Sakaguchi knew. He hid the transfers from his own bank for years rather than admit what happened. The con worked twice, once on his greed, once on his shame. Did you know the most successful jewel theft network in history was built by soldiers who had nowhere to go after a war ended? When the Yugoslav wars stopped in the mid-90s, thousands of trained fighters were left behind. No jobs, no transition, just skills built for combat and a collapsed economy that had no use for them. Some of those men found a different application for their training. They called themselves nothing. Interpol called them the Pink Panthers. Over the next 2 decades, they hit jewelry stores and diamond exchanges across 35 countries: Paris, Tokyo, Dubai, London. They moved in teams, used military-style reconnaissance, executed in under 90 seconds, and disappeared across borders before local police could even coordinate a response. More than $500 million stolen. What made them nearly impossible to stop was not luck. It was discipline, synchronized timing, pre-planned escape routes that crossed 3 countries in a single afternoon. These were not career criminals who learned tactics. They were trained soldiers who found a new target. The war ended. The operations never did. Did you know a single cop's gut feeling brought down the entire American mafia in one afternoon? It was November 1957. A New York State trooper named Edgar Croswell was driving through Appalachian, a tiny town in upstate New York. He spotted something strange. Dozens of expensive cars, Cadillacs, Lincolns, all with out-of-state plates, all parked at the same rural estate. He set up a roadblock on instinct alone. What came running out of the woods shocked everyone. Over 60 of the most powerful mob bosses in America, Vito Genovese, Carlo Gambino, they were scrambling through fields in silk suits, abandoning cars full of cash. It was the biggest organized crime summit in American history, and a small-town cop stumbled into the middle of it. Here's what made it truly explosive. For decades, FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover had publicly insisted the American Mafia did not exist as a national organization. He had built his entire reputation on that claim. One roadblock, one afternoon, the lie was over. Sometimes the biggest cover-ups don't end with a hero, they end with a hunch. She had everything: Oxford degree, wealthy family, a future most people only dream about. She threw it all away on purpose. Bridget Rose Dugdale was the daughter of a rich English insurance broker. By her late 20s, she had publicly handed back her father's art collection, calling it bourgeois property. Then she joined the Provisional IRA. This wasn't desperation. This was a choice she kept making, further and further, year after year. In 1974, she led the theft of 19 paintings from Rusborough House in Ireland. Vermeer, Goya, Rubens. Masterpieces worth millions, ripped off the walls in a single night. Her ransom demand was simple: release IRA prisoners or the paintings are gone forever. Police caught her within days. She was pregnant at the time of her arrest. She expressed zero regret. The paintings were recovered. She served time. The world moved on. But her story never really fit the heist genre, because the crime wasn't the point. The transformation was. Some people don't fall into radicalism. They walk in, eyes wide open. Did you know a man once invented an entire country and sold it to real people? In 1822, a Scottish soldier named Gregor MacGregor told London he was the prince of a nation called Poyais. It sat on the coast of Central America. It had a capital city, a cathedral, fertile farmland, and a functioning government. None of it existed, but MacGregor had everything else: land deeds, printed currency, government bonds, a published guidebook describing the streets in detail. Hundreds of British families believed him. They sold their homes. They spent their savings. They packed their belongings and sailed across the Atlantic. They arrived to malarial jungle. No city, no roads, no cathedral, just swamp, disease, and heat. Over 180 of them died. MacGregor was arrested twice, acquitted both times. He eventually retired to Venezuela, collected a military pension, and died peacefully in 1845. No prison, no justice. Just a man who built a country out of nothing, sold it to the desperate and hopeful, and walked away clean. Did you know a man once tried to buy the bank that prints the money? In 1925, Artur Alves Reis was broke and desperate, so he did something almost impossible to believe. He forged a stack of official documents, convincing enough that the Bank of Portugal's own licensed printer, the company in London that made the real notes, printed him millions of genuine escudos, real ink, real paper, real serial numbers, no counterfeiting, no fake bills, just forged permission slips that unlocked a real printing press. Reis then used that cash to quietly buy shares in the Bank of Portugal itself. His endgame was to own the institution that made the money. For months, it worked. Then a sharp-eyed banker noticed something strange. Two notes with the same serial number, both real, both impossible. The investigation unraveled everything. Reis was arrested, but the damage was already done. The scandal shook Portugal to its foundation. Public trust collapsed. The government fell. A military coup followed. Decades of authoritarian rule began. One forged document. One nation changed forever.